Okay, so
Hey!
this is live. This is an emergency backup
Reset
feed,
this.
as the title states. I'm just gonna put this in a little holder here.
This is gonna be fun. We're
This
gonna have
is
fun.
this is so not
Emergency
professional.
backup
Okay.
live stream.
Oh, see, yeah, we got audio playing in the background from his stream. This is gonna be rough.
I'm
Okay.
gonna turn it off. So we
So
won't have our feed there.
our internet here at the building is in the process of not working.
Well,
so
so to preface that, we wanted to let you guys know we should move that all the way back. That way we don't have to be sound in everything.
yeah,
Here, we'll just set it right here.
I just need to be able to see the comments on our screen.
We'll set it like this. Look at that.
Okay, remember, we're gonna have to speak up pretty loud though, since it's far away. So
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing we're in a soundproof room. Okay,
we
Jimmy.
gotta be able to hear Tim too if he says anything. So, okay.
All right. So
yeah. Ugh,
I gotta get
okay.
this out of the way.
Yeah. This
All right,
is,
guys. So we wanted to go live with you and let you know what we're doing. But basically, we are working with really crappy internet today. So we're on our phones doing this for you guys. So I appreciate those of you that have been hanging out. Ryan Goff, thank you for all your comments. That is amazing. Kirby Thompson, good to see you, man. All you guys, thank you for TJ Sands. Everybody for hanging out for the last like 30 minutes while we've been trying to get this handled. We are currently switching over internet providers, so they are actually building and digging and mounting new lines outside of our building, out on the road, on the main road. So that we think that has caused some interruptions as they've been installing new lining.
basically the normal settings we use for Q&A Thursday
working.
on the computer that Tim uses were incorrect, and YouTube refused to let him change it on the stream that I've been sharing around on Facebook and YouTube and all other
Yeah.
places. So basically, after it just rejecting every time we tried to make it work, we had to resort to using a freaking phone. So this
Yeah.
is my phone, and we're gonna talk to you. Hopefully you can hear us okay. I've seen comments popping up a little bit. I see there's maybe like, I don't know, 20 or 30 people showed up.
Yeah, there's
Really
people making
apologize,
stuff
guys.
up here.
This is what we're able to do in the moment. So we're gonna look at the comments that were popping up in the other streams we attempted to, and we'll answer those first before making our way to the current.
Thankfully,
current stuff.
Tim can put all the comments on the screen, so we're just
Yeah.
going to burn through these real fast. Apologies to those of you that maybe, Ryan, you've got a lot of questions here, man. So, first off, I'm going to start them up. Dan Pfeiffer, word up from Minneapolis. Snow has melted again. Pressure washer back out. Cleaning the car in the driveway. Spring is here. Thanks for the great towels. You're right, dude. I did the same thing last night. It was so nice. Busted out the pressure washer, washed the wife's car. It was great. Kirby, can you freeze the Optimum clear coat restore to make it last longer than putting it in a refrigerator? I don't know, man. You're going to have to talk to Ivan about that one. I just know that it needs to be refrigerated to last longer. Ryan Goth, hey guys, hope all is well. Here's my question barrage of the week. Here goes. Optimum wax seems to leave silicone-like spots upon spraying on a panel or spraying on a rag and wiping that requires some vigorous buffing off to remove. Thoughts? Ryan, I've never had that happen before. I'm kind of confused as to what you're saying is it's leaving. My guess is that either your towel is contaminated with another product, or it's just dirty. You might want to shake up your bottle of car wax and make sure that it's mixed well. That I've never had that, and I've been using it for 7 years. So, what do you charge for dealer work? That depends on the area and town you're in. Could be anywhere from $150 to $300, depending on the dealerships and what they're expecting, or it could be as low as $75. So it depends, and you need to price yourself accordingly based on those items that you're going to be doing. But 9 times out of 10, it's a one-step product or an all-in-one product. That's it on the exterior. Quick light coat of wax. Optimum Car Wax is great for this. One step, just a one-step polish or all-purpose, and then interior cleaning. Sometimes you can get away with not shampooing. Other times they require you to shampoo. So you need to discuss that with the dealer as to how much you think you can do. 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours on a car is decent. That's what you want to get. And get those out. What are some efficiency tips besides those mentioned in the detox with Ivan? I have to go back and look at some of those, but O&R for one, a lot of the tips and tricks that we do with O&R makes a big difference. Tips for hiring a new employee. Holy cow, man.
He's on a roll.
Employees are hard. You really do want to focus on being able to train somebody properly. So you don't just want a warm body. You want someone that actually looks like they want to do something and actually enjoy working. Like I was out there working on at Ragscalade with Morgan today. We were detailing it, getting it ready for sale. Jeff and Carolyn sold it, so they needed to get rid of it. So we washed it, went through the carpets, cleaned everything, and it works a lot better when you have someone that actually enjoys what they're doing and wants to actually learn. So try and pick somebody that's actually excited for the job. That's biggest. They don't need to be a car person or anything like that, but it does help. Thank you, Ryan, for saving all those. The last one, trash disgusting cars. You got to charge for them, plain and simple. That's it. You don't put yourself over a barrel for that stuff. Riley S. looking forward to another Q&A. Thanks for doing these each week. Also, thanks to Tim for keeping things running smooth. Tim works really hard to try and do this. So.
And don't think for a second that today's issue is his fault. He was doing exactly what he does every week, and it just, technical electronics, they don't always play nice. So.
Yeah. So, TJ Sands scenario, 2 guys, 2 van interiors to detail. What would your workflow look like to be most efficient? Pound 1 vehicle out and to the next one, or both work on one each? Depends on the person you're working with. When I'd work with a new person, I always try and do 2 people, split it down the middle, because you have to train and you can kind of work on speed. You can also check and see what the other person's doing. If you have a guy that already knows, or employee, not a guy, an employee that can work on their own and knows how to do everything, then yeah, split them. Get them both out at the same time. Troy, good morning from Australia. Smoke, hello from Uruguay. Again, guys, I still don't have a voice from last Thursday, and it doesn't help now that I have to actually shout.
Yeah, no, I'll read some of these, and then if it requires a Levi answer or a Morgan answer, they can answer. But I'll get us to some of these. So we left out on Ricky Colon. Hello from Puerto Rico again. I'm PTO today, so I should be able to go through the whole thing live. Well, unfortunately, it got cut down by about 30 minutes, so apologies for that. But hey, we got who we got here now, and we're making it work.
Yeah.
Riley, how do the Lake Country hybrid force and HDO pads differ, and when would one be used over another? Well, that's a Levi question.
The force pads are designed for a forced rotation. HDO pads are designed for long throw polishers, so they're used for different polishers. That's the biggest thing. There you go. Ricky, got some Optibond tire gel based on Anthony's comments about a few episodes back. Any tips or tricks getting the best use performance out of it? Diluted type of applicator. I like 1-to-1, and just put it on, man. Applicating sponge or even a spray bottle, compressed air is the best.
All right. Now down to Alex. Hope you guys have a great Easter weekend. Dane, stay home this weekend. Got to get that tree all Eastered up.
That's right. He's already got his eggs ready to go for it.
Throw some eggs, some birds, and I'll make sure the cat gets all of them. All right. Going down, we in this comment section, we gave a link to another stream that we thought was going to work. It didn't work. So that's also false. Hopefully they found their way over here, though. All right, down to Dan. Dan Pfeiffer says, other feed starts next week. Yeah, no, it's once again, it's all the back end complicated bleh. So we got to hear it's happening. This is it. Ricky Colon. Just got kicked out of the other feed with an error. Yeah, that's why we were messing around with that stuff, because it was not working. New one starts in an hour. Yes. So we got that sorted out.
We're live now. That's all that matters.
We're live now. I'm just reading the comments that I see in the feed there. So down to Eric Sanchez. He gives a thumbs up. Smoke, is it live somewhere yet? Thinking positive for the stream. Eric, I appreciate your kind words. Okay. Looks like Tim's moving us over to a different comment section
10 million orders.
Woo, okay. I think he needs to scroll up a little bit. All right. Okay. Alkaline top hat. Taupe hat. Woo first. Eric Sanchez.
Yeah,
Positivity.
we're in the main ones now.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Alex,
we're live now.
So we're actually in the correct one.
All right.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm going to put a fisherman's friend in my mouth here, folks. So now that we got our group in, first things first, I had to say, we got this in the mail from a fan of the program, Jason Colgan, sent us a little note saying thank you and for everything that he's learned in our videos. He sent me these wonderful headphones. Can you believe that? I am like totally... It was so nice. I was choked up, man. I called Jason and had a good talk with him, but he also, for Dana and Anthony, he sent some Masterson's Dank and some Masterson's whiskey. Now, what Anthony doesn't know is
Don't
that
say it.
because he's
What
gone,
if he's listening?
He's probably watching
we've been
right
able
now.
to play with these products.
Yeah.
So that's going to be awesome.
So,
and we just spent the days working on the Escalade.
We did.
So
Yeah.
The new
that's
owner
gonna
of the Escalade will be very happy to know that it smells like whiskey inside.
smells like whiskey.
Because,
It's
these
gross.
are the two things you want your car to smell like when you get pulled over.
Right.
But Jason, thank you so much for this. This has been amazing. I can't believe it. I used these last night while I was detailing my wife's car. So it was very fun. Thank you for
Nice.
that. I appreciate it.
Big
All right.
thanks.
Eric Sanchez, positivity. Alex, the President Camacho, thumbs up. Alex Sopat, hello from the ER. What happened, dude?
Yeah, what
are
happened?
you doing?
Chief Fenestrator, what's the best towel for wheels? Also, have you considered creating a product finder tool for the website? The towel choices are overwhelming. Well, you hit the nail on the head. That is something that we've been working on it for a long time. Unfortunately, with our extensive lineup, that is something that takes a while to produce. But it is happening.
We're working on it, man.
Yeah.
Best towel for wheels. I like the black 245. Dane and those guys
Creature.
like creatures. So, Genie details. The green sprayer bottle to the right. I wonder what that could be.
Well, we
I
told you.
just showed you. Glossworks Garage. Hey guys, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Gloss.
Detailing Studio. Ever hear of putting bead maker through a foam cannon? I was told this would work and wipe down a room.
You actually can.
It does. It's awesome.
We use them in the IK foamer. That's your God mode.
No, that's like creator mode.
Well,
Higher than God mode.
yeah, if you're using it in an actual foam cannon, that's next level. So, a
Yeah,
little different than an
that's
IK
higher
sprayer.
than
IK
godlike
sprayer, though,
here.
you can foam it too.
Yeah.
Anything that can atomize it, you're set.
It works great. Glossworks Q&As are Q&As, so let's go. Thanks for your effort. Got one of my friends
Try,
to
man.
buy some bead maker, Eagle 500s for the bead maker, some 350s for O&R washing and drying river for drying. Nice. Might make a video for him to show him how it's done as well. That's awesome, dude.
Nice.
Alkaline Top Hat. Placed an order last night and saw my order number. Do you guys really have over 10 million orders? That's a lot of orders.
That's a lot of orders.
We do sell a lot of towels. That is, there's 32 employees now. The right
Yeah.
company are just over 30 employees. Pretty sweet. So yeah. Smoke, hello from Uruguay. How you doing, man? Is it bad or damage to microfiber drying towels, wash mitts for them to be stored wet? Totally clean and rinsed after use, but moist wet in a Ziploc bag for next use, which is either every 4 to 5 days. Basically, as long as you're not growing things in them, that's the biggest thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
You don't want your creatures growing creatures.
Yeah, but that's the biggest thing. Carter M, yes, we make towels
Yes.
and sell them. Alejandro Bonilla, what happened to the other channel? Did that all day Anthony character have anything to do with it? Yeah, dude, he did. He probably tried the whole time.
Yep.
Wolos has recommendations for what to do when your nozzle and your pressure washer shoots to the other side of your car park. Run. Alkaline Top Hat. Rennie Doyle talked about the existence of a coating pen. He was visiting y'all with PNS. Has he told you anything else about where to find one? No, but you can reach out to Ivan LaCroix at Optimum Polymer Technologies. I think it's optimumcarcare.com or opticoat.com. Write him up. So, Rocco's Modern Life. Just take some Fisherman's Friends. Leave. I do. That's what I got a whole pile of. I've been living off. I think I've killed probably 10 packs of Fisherman's Friends this week. It's almost 2 packs a day.
Where's Luke at?
He's feeling pretty rough. As far as Luke goes, I'm expecting to see Luke sooner or later
Yeah.
on here. I haven't yet.
Well, Luke's having a hard week. So,
Oh.
Eddie Roan, what are your thoughts on steam cleaning the interior and exterior vehicles? I love steam. It's rad. I just don't ever use enough of it.
I know some people get the impression they see a guy on YouTube using it once and they assume everybody does that all the time, but
Oh, Alkaline Top Hat. Coworker brought in Bang Energy drink, purple haze flavor.
yeah.
I swear it smells just like O&R. Anthony can finally live out his dream of having the O&R taste in his morning cereal.
Is that a dream he has?
I know he likes to talk about it. We should probably send some to Ivan.
Yeah, we should.
MCJ619, I'm glad I finally make a Q&A. My last car wash, I didn't have any bead maker left and used Optimum car wax. Should my next application of bead maker be a heavy coat like the first time? No, you're good.
After the first heavy application, you don't have to go nearly as heavy after that.
It's not going to hurt anything.
It's basically maintenance after
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, and it's not going to hurt the car wax either.
Well,
So,
and I'll just point out, like, you may see places online, if you're doing a lot of research on bead maker, it did blow up, it got passed around, a lot of people talked about it. Some people make a sticking point about the longevity, but the reality of it is, yes, it doesn't last as long as some other sealants that are out there, depending on what conditions you put it through. But it's the way the user experience works out, and it's what it feels like when you're using it. It's the whole experience is different. And if you're applying it each time you wash like hard, then it's not really something you have to worry about longevity-wise anyway. So I just kind of have a personal like when somebody goes off on it for longevity. That's not its claim to fame. All right, next up. Jake Graff, right? Has anyone done comparison between BeadMaker and Optimum Hyperseal? And thanks for everything you guys do. Well, to make that point, Optimum Hyperseal will last longer than BeadMaker. However, I would say it's pretty close. I'd say BeadMaker gets the edge in terms of how it feels when you're using it. So we don't sell Hyperseal, we sell OptiSeal, but as far as Hyperseal goes, just the guys we know who use it, and Anthony has used it quite a bit. It is a really nice product to use, though,
People
too.
like it. I like it, too. It's a good product. So.
Yeah.
Alkaline Top Hat, I'm reading yours already ahead. It's 3 different ones, so I will get to that one. G. Davis, nothing says Happy Easter more than a Dane close-up. Thanks for the live stream fix.
You're
Watching
welcome.
this on my Sega Genesis.
I'm not going to ask how that's possible.
Fenestrator, yay! All right, so Alkaline Top Hat said, I'm noticing my double twistress isn't drying as well. Always washed warm with Microstore and dried on low heat. Any advice to restore their drying abilities? Distilled white vinegar, half a cup in the rinse cycle. So that's a good one. Waited on the G. Davis, waited on a TRC Dane scent. I suggest Baconator and orange drink. That is awesome.
That's a terrible combination. That's disgusting. I hope it's not like that. Okay.
It's actually Slim Jims and Red Bull. In case you were wondering.
Another terrible road trip combination.
That's the drink.
Yeah, we should have Morgan read some of these, although I think my phone's in the way. I actually should plug in my phone so it doesn't die while we're streaming. Let me go get a cord. You guys keep reading and talking. I'm gonna
Morgan can read from here.
I can read from here because I can't see the phone's blocking it on there. All right, so next up,
paint corrector.
we got the paint corrector, and he says, the close-up view is way cooler. I feel like I'm sitting there with you. If you were a cold medicine, what would you be called? Levi, don't die, please.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Cold medicine. There's not many fun names of that. There's NyQuil, Theraflu, Mucinex. I don't like any of those.
I don't like any of those.
I don't think any of those would be good, dude. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. Dane scent would smell the opposite of Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yes. Definitely.
Cracker Barrel does smell really good, though. I like that.
I got Tim fetching me an
The
extension.
good news is, folks, this is kind of a precursor to what we could do if we were live at Cracker Barrel.
I mean, it would essentially be
It
like
would
this.
basically be
Testing.
this. So we could do this, which is pretty rad. All right, Morgan, you're going to have to...
Yep. So
My throat's dying.
Okay. We got Glossworks Garage. Don't know if this question... You okay? Don't know if this question made it since the last link got shut down, but Dane, last 2 Q&As are not in iTunes. Any idea why? Can I find them anywhere else so I can hear them at work?
To answer your question, yes, they were both uploaded today. So they're actually out there now. If you check, they should have showed up in the last hour or two.
Okay. And we got a message retracted.
Oh, by the way, new policy going forward. When it comes to live Q&A audio, the past week's audio will come out the same day that the new Q&A comes out. So that'll be our new policy going forward.
There we go.
That way we space them out and you have something coming out on Thursday.
Yeah.
Both ways.
Speaking of things coming out on Thursdays,
Wait, what?
we've got a sale going on Eagles.
that's nice.
So
Go on, Tim.
20% off. Tim's in the house, everybody. Let's say hello to
Sorry
Tim.
about that. This is really, really professional.
But 20% off on Eagles
I want Cooper
all
in here.
weekend. Is Cooper in here too? I hear him
I want him to sit
I hear
in
him
the
running
chair.
around. But yeah, so 20% off Eagles. Right now, you go on the website all weekend, I think until Monday the 22nd. You can pick up all your favorite Eagles for 20% off, which is pretty rad.
All right. We got Smoke saying, can we use BeadMaker on top of ceramic coating, which already has CarPro gloss on top of it, and can it be used as a drying agent?
I think he means gliss.
Yeah, that's Carpal Bliss.
Is it really called that?
Yeah.
Oh. Bliss.
Yeah, you can. You're totally fine to do that. So go for it. Levi, you're a 2-pack-a-day guy. Rocco Modern Life, I used to be a 3-pack-a-day menthol.
Thanks,
Blue
Tim.
72 Marlboros. Back in the day, that's what I smoked.
Yep.
3 packs a day. That means you were lighting a cigarette with your other cigarette.
Yeah, I mean it's just more efficient that way.
I did.
Right?
I figured it out. I did the math. It was 60 cigarettes over a 12-hour period. Was literally 1 cigarette every 5 minutes, and that it usually took you anywhere from 2.5 to 5 minutes to smoke a cigarette, depending on what you were doing that time period. Like if you had to smoke fast or you.
Hi, Cancer. I'll be seeing you shortly.
I did that. I did that for a couple of years. So I quit smoking quite a long time ago. So I think it was about 12 years, 12 years ago. I quit smoking cigarettes. So best thing I ever did. TJ saying, sorry I retracted a message about that stuff on the table. I hope it was a good thing that you were saying, but usually when you retract a message, it means you said something wrong. TJ.
Not necessarily.
I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Veteran Detail, Patty, it was so great to see you last week. Thanks for coming up and saying hi and bringing your lovely wife with you.
So you can read there.
He says, hi all, I was dropping by for a tour of your empire last weekend. It was great. Dane, give my regards to your mom and dad. Awesome example of building a global brand. Levi, thanks for your time. You're a busy man.
Thank you.
Patty, you are welcome here anytime, man. Just want you to know that. Glossworks, want to thank you guys. I follow what Levi and Anthony advanced about the Hoseless with Pearl, IK, Foamer, and car wash towels, and works great. Thanks. G. Davis, master of shine, master of snot cold medicine, MOS. That's a good one right there.
Ouch. Okay, I'll take the next one. Actually, you know what, Morgan? Why don't you get Alex here?
Did you say I have to take it because it says Starbucks in it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Alex Dewar. What do you think? I don't know.
he doesn't wait around. He's
It's
a doer.
Dewar. Someone needs to make a Starbucks air freshener scent. They can even spell the name wrong to make you feel right at home.
Good one.
That's awesome.
I would buy it.
Yeah.
Billy T, I'm really buying into O&R washes. Any advice on the wheels? I just don't feel like there's a good clean on the wheels with rinseless washes and wheel wells. Yeah, Billy, I just skip wheel wells all winter. I don't do them until I can really like bust out the pressure washer. But actually, you just take another bucket for wheels and wheel wells, do your wheels, and then do your wheels, fender wells.
You can do it if you want, but there's not necessarily a point until the season's over, or if your car's a show car and it's not seeing the outdoors, that's a different thing.
Yep.
So, all right, next up, where are we at?
Alkaline top hat.
Alkaline toe hat. So you guys are spreading the eagle love.
We
Thank
are
you
spreading
for
the eagle love.
the phrase "spreading the." Okay, yeah.
Right.
Alejandro, why don't you get Alejandro?
What's up, dude? So here's a
our
question
buddy.
for Morgan. Before joining Rag Company, did you consider yourself a detailer?
No, I did not.
She just liked keeping her car clean.
I thought I knew how to keep my car clean, and then everything that I knew was wrong. I also dried my car with bath towels, and
We fixed that right away.
now I'm here, so...
But she's been learning a lot, and she's definitely much more of a detailer than she was before.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
David McLaughlin loved Bead Maker as a drying aid last year. Now with can code applied, I've been using Cure Echo 2 instead. It smells horrible. They need to make SiO2 infused Bead Maker. Or just use Bead Maker, David. You don't need to worry about an SiO2.
Yeah, Bead Maker, no SiO2. That's technically a benefit to it if
Yeah.
you look at it that way.
Glossworks Garage, nice. I didn't get any notifications on the new Q&A being uploaded. Just check, but it all shows Q&A 16 though. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
no worries.
no, it's because of our technical issues today. Basically, we had to throw up this emergency live stream just to get it out at all. There was issues getting it out. You could check earlier in the stream on this one just to see what we say about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Rocco's Modern Life, lol. I was talking about 2 packs of Fisherman's Friends. I know. That's why I made the joke that, like, I knew that, but I was originally a 3-pack a day of cigarettes. So, yeah, no, my throat has been gone. So, Alejandro, or did you just keep your car clean, Morgan?
That's yeah, I did just keep it clean. Who's the creepy
Tim.
guy?
Q&A 17 drops at 4.
Oh, okay.
The Q&A drops at 4.
So do we
Okay.
have to restore?
So we do another one?
No, he's talking about podcast. Audio.
Oh, it drops at 4 o'clock, the audio version of Q&A 17. There we go. All right.
I may or may not have already tweaked it, though,
Okay.
and he doesn't know that, so I just kicked him out.
Surprise,
All right.
Tim.
Daniel S., do you use any air freshener scented products on vehicles you detail for customers?
This. I always spray this so that they know.
We don't.
Nope.
We don't endorse those products.
No.
No, but I try to use good smelling products, and the products that I do use have good scents that I like. At my shop, I used to give out pina colada Wonder Wafers. I'd put them under the seats.
Those were nice. You gave
and
me one once.
I gave you a bunch of them once, I think.
Yeah.
But they smell really good, and they didn't like counteract with all the other scents.
Mm-hmm.
But when I moved to doing O&R, I didn't have to worry about that as much because you'd get kind of an undertone of O&R throughout a car. But now at home, I always just have packs of trees.
Yeah.
I get peach and coconut, and I buy a lot of them. So I just
Not
always
this kind
have,
of trees, the other kind of
Yeah,
trees.
I have the little trees, and I do peach and coconut, and I just keep those. Peachy peach is what it is. I keep those in like a toolbox in my garage, and so I always have air fresheners to swap out because I like all my cars to smell good.
Yeah.
And with 4 cars, I always do a double, so peach and coconut. I think Anthony likes to do cotton candy and strawberry.
He is obsessed
like
with
that.
cotton candy and what's the other? It's very sugary. It's very sweet smelling. He likes it. I'm not as well about it.
So that's what I like to do. And then so if I do have a customer, like my sister-in-law I just did her car this weekend. I offered her. I was like, "Do you want one of these? Do you want 2 of them? What do you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'll take the coconut version." So for her cars, it was clean. So,
Yeah.
Because I like smells. So.
All right. Now, down.
David M.
David M. Won't I be masking the behavior of can coat if I put Bead Maker on top of it? I have a gallon of it I'd love to be using.
Yeah, you
Yes.
would, but I like the behavior of Bead Maker over Can Coat.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I mean, whatever product you put on top, that's the characteristics you're going to get as far as hydrophobics, all that business. But do bear in mind, certain products will shed other products more quickly. In the case of Bead Maker, though, it's pretty good at going on top of almost anything. Okay, next up, Ricky Cologne. Found the live stream again. Hey, found you again. All right. Efaus, I believe. Okay. Could you use Bead Maker in your washer fluid? The people always do this, like O&R in the washer fluid, Bead Maker in the washer fluid. Don't do that. So if so,
you
what
can do
dilution
it.
ratio?
We're not
Just water and
endorsing
Bead
it.
Maker or washer fluid and Bead Maker? I think you're going to run into some issues. There's no reason, well, there is a reason not to do it because I don't know if it's just going to end up sealing in there or what.
Yeah,
but
I just wouldn't.
especially if it gets to a low enough part where it starts to evaporate on a hot day or something, bad stuff can happen. I just wouldn't introduce that. I know it's a fun novelty, but if you care about your car, maybe don't do that.
Yeah.
You can put it on your windshield though.
What I use is the Orange Rain-X.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's totally fine.
yep.
All right.
Matt Gibb, hey guys, just woke up here. How's it going in beautiful Boise? Is Rocky's Diner open again? I believe so in Overland.
I thought,
The
I
actual.
thought they closed.
I
So
thought it
they
got shut down.
for good. They
Oh,
closed.
I don't know, man. I haven't driven down Overland in a while to see.
I haven't eaten there in years.
They got like
Yeah.
3
so-
strikes or something from the health inspector.
Yeah,
Ooh.
things weren't great.
Yeah,
So,
so
that's great.
we don't know. We'll have to find out. Can you give me your thoughts on the safest drying towel to use? And is nanofiber a real thing or total BS?
Oh.
So safest towel to use for drying, I
Pluffle.
mean, Pluffle realistically.
It depends on your definition of safe, too. The reason I say Pluffle is the safest is because, like anything with a longer pile, first and foremost, you want to have a good material. But then, second of all, the longer pile, the safer it is
Lousy
because you
light.
don't have the opportunity to grind things into the paint. There's more distance between the actual bed of the pile and where your hand is and the surface. So there's more distance there. However, the trade-off to having more pile there is you do have the potential to streak, but you're safer. So do you want streak-free 100% flat, or do you want it to be a little safer? So there's differences there. But even if it's a shorter pile towel, that doesn't mean it's not safe because the material is also important.
Yeah. I also think that the double twistress and twist and shout are just
I've
fine.
found that the twist loops have been safe on
they-
everything.
the
They
hardest-
don't feel necessarily
Well, it's
like
because they
it,
catch
but-
on your hand because you
Yeah.
feel the loops, but that's
I love them. They
just
work-
a Velcro
they work
feeling
so
that
good.
your hand is causing to that. Where on a circular knit like the Pluffle or like an Eagle, that's all wide open, so your hand's not actually catching those fibers.
Yeah.
That's why they feel different for people, but they're actually technically on paper they're just as equally safe. So, yeah. But if you're looking to least likely to mar, especially on really soft, then I usually just err on the side of caution and go with the Pluffle.
Yeah.
And as to nanofiber, I haven't seen any nanofiber towels yet. I've heard of nanofiber. I've heard of that word that they're throwing around, that there is a lot of nanotechnology coming out, and it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, it's one of those things
I mean-
where, yeah, I mean, there's certain technical
But we don't-
reasons
yeah.
you would name something that because of the size of the fibers themselves, or how many fit into a just
Yeah.
certain amount of area on a towel.
But we haven't seen anything as of yet, if that's what you're asking.
I don't
so-
personally see a huge benefit in nano versus micro in that particular case anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, for detailing purposes.
Yes. So
Compared
Ricky,
to cotton, it's a huge difference. though.
yep, that's it, man. So that's a good question though.
Yeah.
Ricky, question I posted in the first version of Taste Q&A, OptiBond Tire Gel. Ricky, we already answered it. No, I'm just kidding. We did. We answered your question. Basically 50-50, OptiBond. Use an applicator or put it in a spray bottle, shake it up. Or HVLP gun. Works amazing.
I'm going to go tell Tim to delete the other live stream so people stop
Matter of
getting
fact,
confused.
you can buy the applicator gun on our website.
I'll be right back.
Pick up that. That's even better. E-Fouls, what's the biggest towel I can buy from you for a bath towel? Morgan, what do you think?
The
Biggest
twist and
bath.
shout, I have actually considered using as a bath towel many times.
Well, for folks that are bigger than Morgan, I'm going to say the 26 by 59 waffle weave
Yeah.
is a great one. Actually, I think Ivan actually uses that as his bath towel.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He bought a couple of them. So, and then Yoshi, when using CCR on a car with murky clear coat, kind of orange peely but really small bumps, would you recommend sanding that or just use CCR? If you're looking to remove texture prior to laying down more clear, you're going to add texture with that clear. So, I mean, how perfect are you going? Are you just trying to fix something, or are you literally trying to add more clear on that spot, Yoshi? That's the question. David M. loves the Pluffle. He's got 3 of them.
Nice.
Glossworks Garage, have you found anything that Beadmaker won't work on top of? Not really.
I don't put it on my sandwiches.
Sandwiches, yeah, it's not very good on that. Eric Sanchez, I remember when Anthony said he knows the 2 combo mystery scents on Adams Polish's detail spray and would never say it. Cotton candy and strawberry might be one of them. Yeah, I don't know that either, so you're going to have to figure that out. TJ Sands, Levi, do you have a YouTube channel? I do.
You do, so you
It's
can
my
comment.
own personal one, mostly to comment, and it's just Levi Gates.
Yeah.
I have like 50 subscribers, so feel free to go on my YouTube channel and subscribe and
Yeah.
blow me up.
Matter of fact, go subscribe to Levi. You never know when he might actually do a live or release a video or hack up a lung on
You never
live.
know. As ex-smoker.
Yeah. Well, and Morgan's got a channel.
Yep.
You know, you've been doing a little something there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have channels, plural, because I've been on YouTube forever.
Yeah.
But mine's called Dane Show. If you ever look for it, I haven't uploaded anything in a long time. But Morgan, yours is Morgan McMurray, right?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
think I have anything on there though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mine's just Levi Gates, and there's a picture of me that Dane took, looking like a badass in a
Looking all
pile of
tough.
towels.
I do have a video where I met Doug DeMiro, but that's a different thing.
Yeah, I have pictures of my kids, and that's usually where I upload videos of just the kids doing stuff.
You'll find random stuff.
I just haven't done a lot lately. We are working on a couple different things that we've got in the works that we want to add, so stay tuned. Ricky, when I first started watching the podcast, Levi always struck me as a bike mechanic or bike lover overall. Cool to hear he's a former bike wrench, been a roadie. That's awesome, dude.
It's
yeah.
the glasses.
Since 88, got way too many accumulated frames, bikes, wheels, tools, etc. myself. You're right, dude. That's right. Matt Gibb, okay, thanks, guys. No streaks, please. Well, if the towel is too wet, it's going to streak, Matt.
It's oversaturated.
Yeah.
You'll run into that.
So
However,
you're always going to need a couple more.
towels for drying do work better when it comes to microfiber if they've been pre-soaked or dampened just a little bit. not a ton, just enough to kind of wake them up.
Yeah. Layassi58 wants to know how much product do you need to get your hair to dapper do like that, Dane?
I use mud, molding mud. I hate gel. Gel's gross and it turns all dandruffy and blah. But get yourself some mud and you can do all kinds of fun stuff with
Yeah,
it.
I use Suavecito. Hard pomade.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah. Morgan, what do you do?
Mini pump.
I don't use product in my hair
See?
At all.
Pretty impressive.
Wow.
except Beadmaker.
Yeah.
Oh, Got to keep it shiny.
Smoke, why there isn't a microfiber towel with more than 30% polyamide? Would it be better to have a 50-50 blend, for instance? Just curious.
Some
Great
do
question.
exist, actually.
The problem is pricing. A lot of people don't want to pay for a 50-50 blend or a 60-40 blend. It is a very expensive towel, so that's the main reason.
I've also seen some chamois where they do like a 50-50, kind of a chamois style microfiber towel that was like a 50-50 blend, but it's really not, I've never found one that I liked, really. 70-30 is like that sweet spot, and that's why you do it. Oh, Matt Gibb in Australia.
Yeah.
Finishing
Check for
up
final
his-
inspection. So that's when we've got, like, I say get a couple smaller pluffles. Work great for that, Matt. Faust, should you use iron remover on PPF, and also should you clay? Is it necessary? Depends on how much iron deposits you have on PPF that you need to clean off. Yeah.
Is it old PPF? Or is
I probably wouldn't
new?
clay it as much because it's pretty soft. But yeah, you could use an iron remover. Just be careful.
I mean, there are people who even polish that stuff, but you do have to be careful.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful. I used to polish PPF all the time. Billy, any benefit to OptiCoat O&R's gloss enhancer if bead maker's being used as drying aid? No.
I mean, I do really like Optimum's gloss, instant detailer gloss enhancer. That's really good, but Beadmaker's going to offer more protection than that will. But if he's like going for a look, I mean, you could put it over gloss enhancer, I guess,
Yeah,
if you wanted
right,
to.
yeah.
That'd be the way to do it, though. Make Beadmaker the last thing to go on there. Although that kind of goes against your policy of putting the longest lasting products down before the shortest lasting products.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you, man, really. Next up, let's see, Dan Pfeiffer. Word up from Minneapolis. I think that's how he starts every time he comments in here. I love
Dan's
that.
good to see you again.
Dan the man. Snow has melted again, and the pressure washer is back out for a full wash in the driveway today. Thanks for all the great content and towels.
You're welcome,
No,
Dan.
thank you, Dan, for all your great comment content. All right. Austin Mendoza. Tips for detailing on a windy day. I live in Kansas, and the weather will change at the drop of a dime. Hey, that sounds like Idaho.
Right, yeah.
We're used to that. So, what do you have to say about that?
The weather changing?
Well, just detailing
Yeah.
out in the elements. I mean, you're going to run into stuff that
Yep.
isn't in your favor, but, I mean,
Make the best of it.
yeah.
G. Davis suggests a late night Levi YouTube channel.
Hmm.
The master of shine at home, some might say.
You think his voice is froggy now, just wait.
Oh, man. Rocco's Modern Life. I know Dylan and Jason aren't there, but maybe y'all can answer this. Do you know if I can use Zephyr polishing wheels on the Rupes rotary? Yes, you can. As
Levi
far as I
would be the
know,
one to know
if
that.
it's a general Zephyr wheel, if it's a standard spline for that, then yes. If not, I don't know. Yoshi, I may shoot you an email about it later, Levi. It's a bad clear job. It is textured, but really close together. I'm having trouble describing it, but I'm sure you've seen it before. Yeah, Yosh, that makes sense. So, yeah, email me, levi@theragcompany.com. Billy T, I mean the blue O&R versus the OptiCoat orange O&R. No.
You mean the yellow one?
You mean, yeah, the yellow.
It's like yellowy gold.
It's gold. Yeah, there's not, I mean, the orange O&R does have a gloss enhancer in it, but it's not much different than.
Granted, Optimum's gloss enhancer is really good.
Yeah.
But it really depends on what you're looking to accomplish.
Yeah. Mayasa 58, what towel should I use for my wife's face? Kidding. Not.
Not kidding. No,
Not
that's
kidding,
totally
for
okay.
makeup.
We sell makeup cloths.
We do, man. Just type in any of our spa, beauty, go up in our search bar. We got tons of makeup, facial cloths, removal cloths. Morgan uses them. She loves them. My wife uses them,
Yeah.
loves them.
Search The Rag Company. You can look on Amazon or you can go on our website at theragcompany.com and you'll find we do have a huge selection of stuff that's not just detailing. I mean, we are known for detailing products, including obviously microfiber towels, but there's a ton of stuff on there that's not detailing related. That is like bath and beauty, all that kind of stuff. So go check it out by all means. You'll find some stuff. But I guess what would you recommend? You've used some, but you use some, or does Carly use some?
Well, my wife uses Eagle 350s to clean her brushes.
Okay.
And she's had a couple of the waffle weaves that she's used for
See,
a
that's
while,
what Liz likes. She likes the smaller, like 12 by 12 waffle weaves. Those are really, really popular right now.
Yeah.
So for like makeup removal, those seem really nice. And they're really soft, actually, too. Okay. Next up, going down. Okay, Alex. Do the Canadian Grandambassadors discount codes work for Canadian distributors? That is a fair, good question. Did we contact our Canadian distributors to make sure that they knew? That may be an Anthony question.
Yeah,
and
Anthony would
unfortunately,
answer
he's
that
not
one.
here. Morgan, do you remember?
I don't.
Okay. Sorry, man. You might have to ask Anthony. Send an email over to anthony@theragcompany.com. Or we can just ask him on the next Q&A. Or, you know what? I mean, ask the Grandambassador themselves, and we'll follow up. But, yeah, sorry, don't know the answer to that one at the moment.
Yeah, thanks, Mayasa. You can add them to your order.
Yeah.
And Ricky, you're right, dude. Best way to get more towel purchases.
That's right. Butter her up.
That's a bottom comment.
Oh, man, that's
We're
the
at the
bottom
bottom
of
of
the
that.
comments. Okay, well, now we just
Now we got to talk. So,
Yeah.
Anthony, if you're wondering where he has left for Arizona.
Ever.
He'll be back tomorrow.
Ever.
He will be back tomorrow, so you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about that. But him and his fiance went down to Arizona to see her dad. They made a trip to Topgolf,
Oh, good, yeah.
which was always fun.
Always.
And then, but we've been here working, slaving away,
Yep.
while Anthony's been enjoying the little vacation, so to
Yeah.
speak. But not to sweat. I'm taking tomorrow off, so I'll be all right.
Levi's been playing around with new products. I've
It's
been
been
making
good
a
day.
Wash
Yeah.
Wednesday. Morgan's been doing stuff all over the place. You've been handling a lot
she's
of
been doing a lot of
customers,
customer
Yeah.
service
a lot of that
questions.
stuff. So.
We got a new little feature you guys probably saw on our website. When you log onto our website, you can see it'll ask a question if you need help. It's kind of almost like a live chat feature, almost, but it allows you to send a comment over. And this week it's been Nate and Morgan have been
Yeah.
answering most of the comments, so pretty cool.
So you may have been talking to her, didn't even realize it.
yeah,
Right.
I think it has a picture of who you're talking
Oh,
to.
okay.
Well, my
cool.
picture is Rag Company logo.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
So I don't have a selfie up there.
Fake out.
Yeah, Nate has his picture up there, and then Thomas has his up there too.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty cool. But that's been a nice help. It's really taken the workload off of us from having to answer so many questions for you guys. So
Right.
Which is also why we do this, because
This
we
is
think it's a
way
great way to
easier
bring all
way.
you guys into one place and we can answer a ton.
yeah, get a bunch of them knocked out.
Yeah.
Glossworks Garage, talk to a car group owner in the area so I can go to one of their reunions to try to educate about detailing and the right way to wash cars. Any advice about what and what not to talk about? Don't don't put them off of car washes in general. Teach them how to take care of their cars in between washes, because you're never gonna get somebody to escape the
Well,
ease
if
of
they
a car
are
wash.
a car wash kind of person, you're not going to break them out of that habit by simply telling them don't do that. I mean, you can try the whole fear approach, but that doesn't work on everybody, and especially in that case, they're going to be motivated more by laziness than by fear. So
Yeah, I
they're
just
going to go to the car wash anyway.
teach them
so
how to clay and wax. Teach them how to
teach them what to look for, and maybe they'll
clean
scare
wheels.
themselves.
Or maybe clean wheels. Like
Yeah.
I've been taking my Suburban through the car wash, and one of the things I've been doing is taking a body brush with me and some brake buster.
Yep.
And I spray the wheels on it, go around and I spray a little brake buster in the brush, and I scrub all my wheels. And then I just put it on the floor, my rubber mat on the floor, and then I punch in my code and run the truck through the wash.
Yeah.
And then I take a little bead maker with me in an IK sprayer and a towel, and I come out of the wash and I spray the truck down with bead maker and dry it all down. And it's been a piece of cake. So there are things that you can add or show somebody that they can start doing to their vehicle to help protect it. And honestly, if they're doing those things more and more, the goal that we used to talk about at the car wash when I was younger was I hated customers who would come in once a year and wash a car. They would never wash their car for an entire year. They'd come in, get it washed, and that was the first time they had seen it clean, right?
And they're like, oh my God, this is so nice.
No. They'd
Oh.
start walking it and go, where'd that scratch come from? Where'd this scratch come
Oh,
from? Where'd this
yes.
come from? None of these
Yeah.
were here. None of these were here. This car's never been, or you'd start cleaning their carpets and they'd you just couldn't get the sand out. And they'd be upset that the car wash couldn't you guys can't vacuum the sand. It's like, well,
Yeah, as
it's
if
not
that's
my
like,
fault for dumping 5 pounds of sand on your vehicle over the course of over the year. So educating your customers to take care of their vehicle and maybe make a point of going to the car wash more often is actually a really good thing. Because if they can keep it washed, keep it looking sharp, that's when they can start looking at their paint. They can start looking at things. They can see certain things and go, oh man, I need to schedule a detail. I need to really get it
and if
clean. And they'll think about
detailing-
you.
If you're detailing for people and you're charging money, you want to make sure you're giving yourself a fair, living wage when you're doing this stuff. You're not running yourself ragged, trying to do like a concourse level detail for someone who's just looking for a quick wash. I mean, the issue is, you get the folks who say like, oh, you couldn't get that sand out, you couldn't do this. It's like, well, you're not paying for it. So you want to be clear with people up front what they're getting for their money and letting them know you could do more if you offer such and such packages, something, just understanding what your time is worth. And we've gone over that a lot before, but that's just something we have to reiterate to folks who are doing that, because it is really important to make sure you're not running yourself into the ground and potentially only making $5 an hour. Like, that's not worth it. Okay, what else do we got down here? We got a few.
Kirby Thompson, can you freeze optimum clear cover store to make it last long and put it in the fridge? Kirby already answered that. No.
Don't want to do that.
Keep it in the fridge. Last words, I'm not trying to sell any product or service right away. I just want to teach them and hopefully with that get some customers. Exactly, dude.
Good approach.
Just help them out. And if you help them, they'll remember you. That's all that matters. Matt Gibb, guys, what's Anthony's story? How much detailing experience does he have? So, Matt, I met Anthony about 4 years ago. We borrowed his motorcycle for one of our detox episodes that I did with Ivan and Matt and Steve, and we were all in my shop.
That was the first time we all met him.
That was the first time we'd actually met
Except
Anthony. But Anthony had been coming to the store and had been a customer buying towels for about a year. He was a YouTube guy in the sense that he watched a lot of YouTube videos and he really liked cleaning his cars. And he brought his black Triumph Speed Triple into my shop, and I've seen motorcycles. I mean, Matt, you know that the deal, man. Like, guys roll up and you see a bike and they're like, "Oh man, this is the cleanest bike I've ever."
You're like, sure.
I do all this stuff and it's covered in scratches and it's got, and they're like, "I'm meticulous about this." No, Anthony dropped his bike off, and I have never seen a bike with that high of mileage look
He rides it
that
a lot.
perfect.
Yeah.
And that shocked me. And I said, "Who cleans this bike?" And he said, "I do." And I said, "How? Like, what are you?" And he's like, "I get out there and I wash it. I've got soap and I do 2 buckets and I do this. And then I've got a little 6-inch polisher, a little DA, and I polish it out and I
He likes
make
the quarter
sure
cable.
He keeps it." And he's like, "I got a little 3-inch backing plate and I put a 3-inch pad on it. I did all this stuff." The guy, like, kept that bike immaculate. And the same was with his Evo. He's always been an enthusiast detailer.
Yeah.
And so he lost his job at bodybuilding.com. We hired him to do some video editing with Dane. He had a marketing background, so we hired him. It basically became full-time and does marketing for us.
And I thought it would be cool to put him in front of the camera once in a while and be a host alongside Levi.
Because he did have a YouTube channel.
Because he already knew, he was already a good personality on camera. And
Oh,
he
didn't have a YouTube channel. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, right. We can't talk about his YouTube channel.
But
the
anyway,
one called All Day Anthony. Okay.
But he was a vlogger, basically. And so he already had a good personality in front of the camera. We had a lot of fun with him. And he's a quick learner, like Morgan.
Yes.
Smart kid, smart person. And so all he needed to do was hang out with me for about 4 years and listen to me talk. Anthony has really been able, because of his association with us and with me, and being able to travel and do the things that I've been able to do. He's really gotten a front row seat to a very premier level of being able to detail for somebody who is always an enthusiast. There's not many people in this world that get that kind of opportunity.
Who've met as many people as he
gotten
has
to
in
meet
his
as
position.
many. Yeah. And so, but he's been able to absorb all this knowledge like a sponge and actually utilize it. And he can do stuff, and he knows a lot.
He retains a lot of information.
Yeah,
That's like
so-
his secret skill is already for a video, we don't script anything. People think we script stuff. No, when you watch a Wash Wednesday, he's pulling that out of his butt, but it's also because he knows off the top of his head where he wants to take something, and he's really good conversationally at doing it. Yeah, he flubs once in a while, but, I mean, he is a natural at it. So that's huge kudos to Anthony for that. And Morgan, you are also an extremely fast learner, which is why she is here with us, because she's already demonstrated back on that Wash Wednesday that she was able to hang with, somebody polishing, doing all that stuff. You haven't done it before, so I mean, we really wanted to make it's a unique thing where we have a multi-generational team who can cover all these different levels, and there's something for everyone. So we really wanted to make that a priority and offer people, okay, if, Levi isn't necessarily speaking to your, mind or your heart, then maybe Anthony or Morgan is.
It kind of gives us,
balance it out.
It gives us kind of those 3 levels where you've got the pro, the intermediate, and the beginner. So it doesn't matter what stage of the industry you enter. There's someone that can at least help you through the best way forward. And that really helps our company, because there's not many companies out there that are able to provide that level of service, so to speak.
Right.
So it boils down to really good customer service and the ability to help everybody, from a beginner to a old salty dog like myself. So, E-Faust, the 365s have a short nap and a longer nap. Which side is best for what? We're not talking about much of a nap.
It's super negligible, the difference.
It's not much.
Like, you can see it.
I don't consider it a dual nap, even though it is.
No. But in terms of performance, the results are so close.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, man. It's a good towel.
I mean, the Creature Endless is the natural long pile extension of that. It's the same concept. It's just
much longer and actually differentiating between them. Efren Aguilera, does all-purpose cleaner dry up the leather? Yes, it can if it's too strong. So yeah, if it's too caustic.
When you're working on interiors, make sure you dilute your APCs.
Yeah, dilute it properly. I usually always try to do a 20 or 30 to 1 with an all-purpose cleaner on leather. Yeah. It's always safer to be
if you're 10 or below, it's
so
getting up there.
Smoke is a Viagra rinse recommended for all microfiber after wash for the final rinse. How would you do it if you wash them by hand? Well, I'd probably want to use vinegar and not Viagra.
No.
Oh, he did say vinaigrette.
Oh.
Vinaigrette.
He said using a vinaigrette.
Yeah. Nice vinaigrette rinse. Works
Italian
great.
final rinse.
But yeah, you want to, you can use it, wash it by hand, same way. You just do a final rinse. You put vinegar in the water and rinse them out that way again and scrub them again.
Yeah.
My Asa 58, do you have a golf towel?
We do.
Needs to have a grommet. We do. It's called Golf and Chill. Pick it up on Amazon.
It's
pretty
on
dope.
Amazon. Look up the Rag Company golf towel and you'll see it.
It's Golf and Chill.
Yep.
Seriously. Big J Rod 16, Cousin Dane.
That is actually my
Your real
roommate
cousin?
from film school. No, he's not my cousin. His name's Jared. He, I believe he lives in Washington now, but we went to film school together. So that was actually pretty cool. He calls me Cousin Dane because when I was there,
You guys look like cousins?
I got a vanity license plate.
Yeah.
And since I was at film school, I wanted it to be Citizen Dane, like Citizen Kane.
Oh, I see.
But when it came out on the thing, it looked like Cousin Dane. So everybody made fun of it and called it CZ and Dane. It was Cousin Dane.
That's awesome.
It was freaking hilarious, but only film school. That's so nerdy, but
that is awesome.
That's
Cousin
what it
Dane,
is.
that's awesome.
Now you know something about me.
Kirby Thompson, got to roll. Levi, take care of yourself. Dana Morgan, have a safe Easter weekend. Thanks, man. We'll see you too, brother. Smoke, sorry for the vinegar confusion, Spanish translations. Don't worry, Smoke. We know what you're talking about. E-Faust, when storing winter, summer tires, how would you prep for storing? Dude, I've done it both ways. I've pulled them, cleaned them, prepped them, dressed them, put them away. I've also just left them. Like, I've literally pulled them off and just left them dirty over the winter and then cleaned them beforehand. I've also just not cleaned them. This year, I didn't even do anything. This year, I just took them in and put them on. Like,
I didn't even switch them.
Yeah, Morgan ran the whole winter with them.
I did.
So it just depends. Big J Rod 16, roommate, film school. We've had more history than that.
Okay.
My feels. Dang,
I will
that
clarify.
is some cold-blooded shit.
Okay, so the thing is, I said that stuff because that's where the Cousin Dane reference comes from.
I know.
However, we go back childhood to 2nd grade.
Whoa.
Second
So there's a
grade.
lot
Dun,
more
dun,
history there.
1950.
A lot more history there. But it goes back a long time. Yes, we're probably like the oldest. He's the oldest friend of mine that I still talk to.
Oh, known
And
you the
admittedly, I'm bad at reaching out to people. I'm not great at talking to people, so only
Nice,
on live.
Dane.
So that's my guilt right there. But no, thanks, Jared. I appreciate that. It makes me happy to know you're watching our stuff. His thing though, when we were old enough to drive, his first car essentially was a '60s Mustang. So he had that going for him. He loved that thing, and that was a big deal. So kind of jelly. He had a cool car.
Yeah,
starting right out.
I can see that.
But yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
Jared, thank you for tuning in. That's awesome. Thanks.
Didrik, what's up?
All right, moving down. Whoop. There we go.
It's just so cramped.
Yeah, I know. All right, Morgan, it's you and me answering these
It's us.
things. There's going to be somebody with some really complex questions, and I'm going to be like, help, Levi, help.
I'm
But
roasting, like,
anyway, what we got here, we got Glossworks Garage. So I'll be back and hear you all again because I left, but it will be a good idea to show them how swirl marks are and how they're made and base all my talk on how to avoid them. Yes, Glossworks Garage, it's really good to educate people on what it is they're looking at because one thing is to look and whatever you are accustomed to seeing, you're probably just going to see that. But if somebody points out something to you that you're not necessarily familiar with, and most people don't know how to identify etchings, certain kinds of swirls, spider webbing, haze, stuff like that, it may just look normal to them, and they may not understand that that's actually contamination or a defect. So basically, you got to put yourself in their shoes and understand they don't know all the stuff that you know when it comes to detailing. So you want to get them on the same page. And wow, there's a long comment coming up, and it's all in Russian, so I have no idea how to read it. But yeah, basically, Glossworks, that's what you're doing. And I believe, if I recall correctly, you're in Puerto Rico, so that's cool. I mean, whether it's English or Spanish there, it's basically just getting them educated, making them comfortable with you as their detailer. And from that point, then you can walk them through. But yeah, just get them up to speed on basics of education. You don't want to bore them to death, but you do want to give them enough information that they feel like when they're walking away, they really learned something and they retain that. I mean, we did the same thing to Morgan when we showed her polishing and stuff. Like, you got to know what you're looking at before you can fix it. So, yeah. All right, Didrik. Hello, boys and Morgan. Have you tried to wash a car with vinegar as last step before drying?
no.
I have not. I know vinegar gets used sometimes as like a like a mineral spot remover kind of deal for water spots and stuff, with varying results. You can watch Anthony's video about comparing water spot removers. That's a popular one. We have a internal running joke at Morgan's Wash Wednesday and Anthony's water spot removal video came out around the same time, so they're competing for views. So if you haven't watched either of those yet, go watch them and give them an extra view.
Yeah.
It's a race.
Take a race.
All right, moving down. Smoke. Sorry for the vinegre confusion. Spanish user here, but we are talking about regular vinegar out of the kitchen. Just want to make sure. When we're talking about vinegar, at least specifically when it comes to use with microfiber, like for washing microfiber, you're using white distilled vinegar. You want to make sure it's not like the apple cider vinegar or that other kinds of vinegar that are out there. You want to make sure it's white distilled vinegar. All right, Levi's back just in time for no new comments. There was a really long Russian one, but it
I
disappeared.
saw that.
And yeah, so we can go back to chatting again. Unless you guys feel free to weigh in there. We still got half an hour left, so bring them on.
What are you guys' plans for Easter, Dave?
Yeah, what is the Easter plan?
What is your Easter plan? What are you guys doing? You other than decorating the Christmas tree?
Liz is out of town for the next week and a half, so it's
Look at
basically me
you.
and the
You
pets.
have nothing to do.
I'm going to be doing a lot of housework.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm planning to clean out the garage for the first time in a few years.
That'll be good.
And I want to like clean slate it. Problem is, I think I need to rent like a rental storage unit or something to move all my stuff into.
What about,
first.
do you have a backyard that you can put
I
everything
have
in
a
and throw a tarp?
huge area in the backyard. I could throw stuff. I just feel kind of bad leaving it out there, but I suppose I could.
Like I used to do that. I'd clean my garage in my old house.
Good lordy! All right, that person's going away.
All right, thanks,
Fun.
Arun.
Haven't had to actually remove
Wow.
any trolls quite that aggressively before, but that's fun.
Appreciate that. That's really nice. It was nice of him to think like that.
Yeah, no, it's really,
but,
usually our trolls are more clever than that, so
Yeah.
it's a little on the nose.
But yeah, no, I used to do that, but I would put everything in the backyard.
Yeah.
That way it would force me to finish it.
Yeah, because you're like, oh my god,
You know,
if it rains,
yeah,
I'm so screwed. Yeah.
So I'd get it all. I'd take everything out, and then I'd clean and sweep the floor and blow everything, make it look all
Yeah,
nice.
because my
and then
problem is I got
put everything
spots
back.
where there's clearly like, okay, there's a spider there. I don't know if it's still there, but it was a big one and I don't feel
Yeah.
like pissing it off.
Yeah.
So I want to go in with a clean slate and really just tear things down. The problem
Yeah.
is I have 3 cars, so there's never room in the garage. And I
Yeah.
want to make more room in the garage.
Yeah, that makes.
Maybe I want to paint it white so it looks a little more clean. And
See, and I just did all that, and my garage last night got all packed up again with stuff, and I'm like, dang it, like
That's what I'm
I
afraid of.
just
I'm
feel
just
like
going
I
to
can't
mess
keep
it up
up
again.
on it. But what are you doing, Morgan?
Probably we'll have the Easter dinner that always happens, which I'm assuming is going to be ham,
Oh yes,
Nice.
of course.
which is good because I like
No
that.
argument there.
Yeah, and I don't know. Hopefully, we'll do an Easter egg hunt. Like I don't want to be too old for that, you know.
Yeah.
My mom better freaking mom. If you're watching, you better put out eggs.
She was watching,
watching last week.
so
I know that's what Anthony said. So
Yeah.
She was so embarrassed, but she wasn't there for it.
Where is my mother?
Yeah, no, we do. We're going to Friday night. The wife and I got ourselves a hotel room. Then we're going to take the kids to the Grove,
Nice.
and we're going to do kind of the first. They've never really been to a hotel, the kids. So we're going to take them, go swim in the pool,
Nice.
and then there's a view at the Grove, so you get a whole view of downtown Boise. So it's
It is
kinda
actually
cool.
really nice there.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. And then we're gonna do the Saturday market in the morning. They have a farmers market through
It's like
downtown.
right there. So
So we figure we'll just get up and go do that because that's always a fun thing. So we're looking forward to that. And then Sunday for Easter is my family does a Easter egg hunt and like a potluck at the
Yeah.
park. So that'll be good. So and it's close to the house, so
Yeah.
that'll be a piece of cake.
that's nice. No, that's cool.
Sorry
Gets you out of
guys
the house
for
a little bit.
my voice is
It's
hurting
part of this whole thing is talking, and unfortunately, that's what Levi has the hardest time with right now.
right
so.
now.
Yep.
Rocco, you guys literally have the best customer service in the industry. I tune in every Thursday and feel like an extended family member. Thanks for all
Consider
you-
yourself
Dude,
an extended
seriously.
family member.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate everybody that tunes in for this, and like I said, I mean, I got a gift from a customer already that you guys, it
but
means a lot.
We don't
So,
ask for that. That's just
No,
out of
it's
the
just
kindness
showed
of
up.
someone's heart. That's so cool and really nice. So
So we appreciate it. Hans, damn, just got here, did a car after work. Not a good day. Almost missed Q&A.
well,
Sorry,
you know
Hansi,
what's
that's
funny?
no
We
fun, man.
almost missed Q&A because
Yeah.
we were
I do.
having technical issues in the back end. Didn't start till half an hour late. So
Yep.
I mean, stuff happens. But now we're running it off my phone. That's why it looks funny.
Yeah. Dan Pfeiffer says 3 cars. Oh, humble brag there, Dane.
It's not a humble brag. If one of those cars is like $1,200.
Yeah.
People
Dane's
have
the prince of
lawnmowers
the-
that cost more than
So
my
you guys know,
Miata.
Dane is the prince of the rag company, so he does have his 3 vehicles.
I'm a very modest person.
I mean, Morgan, how many cars do you own?
One.
Yeah, but it's an E46 M3 on
Yeah.
bags that cost more than like 2 of my cars.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, I think about that a lot.
I only have 4. So,
well, what?
and a scooter. So,
Okay, yeah, I was just saying,
You know.
there's
How
a
many
little
bikes?
more than that.
How many bikes?
9.
I have 1 car, 1 bike.
I have-
Sickle, bicycle.
Like I said, I've got lots of things. So,
Yes.
anybody want to come over to my house, go for a bike ride? I can take a lot of us on
You
a bike
got
ride together.
tandems.
I do have tandems. So, 4 of us, like our whole podcast crew, could go on a bike ride at
Feasibly.
my house on 3
Yeah.
bikes.
All right.
Well, I'll haul
Racing.
Morgan because I don't want to haul either of you heavy guys.
You want our muscles on our legs
I
because
want
we'll
to.
go
I want
faster.
to haul everyone.
Oh, wow, you're brave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Richard Powell, great to hear all of you again watching here in the UK. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, Richard. Didrik, good to see you, man. I've done it many times, and if you want a proper dry paint before polishing, I would recommend it. Vinegar neutralizes soap residues and resets the paint in a way. You're right. That's true.
Have you done
So he
that?
kind of uses it like
No, I
an
used to
alcohol
use
prep.
I used to use vinegar as a acid remover, or not an acid remover, but water spot remover.
That's what we were
in terms
talking
of
about
acid.
with it
Yeah.
earlier when you were gone. There was kind of like that's why people would usually turn to it.
Yeah.
But he's talking about it like he uses it almost like a panel wipe, like an alcohol kind of
Yeah.
solution.
Ricky Colon, great. Thanks for the great content. Heading out to eastern part of the island for the long
Oh.
weekend. Hopefully the weather cooperates at the beach. Have fun and safe weekend. Thanks,
we hope
Ricky.
it
You
does
too,
for
man.
your sake. Have fun.
Jealous.
Hans, the guy in the middle, is back. I see.
That's right. I'm still in the middle.
Matt, wow, that is some damn expensive wheels, Morgan. Please don't gutter rash them.
Wait, did we
Hers not to.
say how expensive our wheels are? I
You
don't
said
remember saying
you
that.
said like
Oh, I was
wheels.
talking about your bags cost more than my car.
I paid more for my wheels than you paid for your car.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah.
So 3 cars here. I'm still like I'm strategic. So maybe I'll lay it out like. Well, I'll wait till we answer these and catch up, and then we can talk about why we have the cars we have, because that's a fun way to fill the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
Range Rover Sport, Volkswagen Polo, BMW F800 GS in my garage. Richard Powell.
Good choices, Rich.
Nice, dude. Those are good.
Yeah.
Dig them. I think that's the end of our.
Well,
Yeah,
then let's
yeah.
talk about our cars. Why do we have the cars we have? I was to say start with Morgan because she has one, so she could talk
I do.
about that.
Yeah, we'll get that over with.
Yeah.
So I have my car, and I have one car because I spend so much money
Yeah,
on
come
that
over
car. When I would love to have a daily, I spend too much money on the race car. So
The daily is the race
the
car.
daily is the race car. The race car is the daily. So
Why not? Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
simply put. But that's the thing. Then you can just, instead of spending money on multiple cars and having to pay insurance for more than one car, you just, turn it all towards the one.
right.
Trade-off is if anything breaks or it breaks down,
Yeah.
you're SOL.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm looking into getting a daily. I might get my old car back if my brother decides, because he's graduating this year, so he might be getting a new car, kind of like what I did. So if he decides to get a new car, I will get my old car back, which I would really like to do.
Oh, that would be
I was
good.
going to say, watch what happens. She's going to get a 99 Civic and then
No.
compete with Anthony.
Oh, that'd be
No.
amazing.
That'd be
that would actually be
hilarious.
really good.
No.
But hers will be black,
Yeah.
and she'll make it look like a Type R instead of an SI. And
This
just-
is. I like
yeah.
this idea. This
it could
is
be fun.
Yeah.
We're
That's
deciding
this is a
for
great
you.
idea.
Yeah, I'm like,
no.
okay, well, I guess I
Yeah.
have no choice anymore.
Well,
Actually, I would prefer you got a Miata, but that's besides the point.
I would prefer that Tim buys another Elantra.
Also, that I mean, an Elantra can't hurt. It's a high performance machine.
True. It's
So-
quick. It's efficient. It's nice. My wife asked me the other day. She goes, yesterday when she was driving it, she goes, "Why is the AC not working the Elantra?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I totally forgot. When I was repairing the front end, I had to release some of the Freon
Yeah.
when I replaced the evaporator in the front or the condenser." And she's like, "Oh, so you never filled it back up?" And I was like, "Well, it was October. I wasn't gonna fill it back
You know
up.
what I need right now? More Freon.
Right before winter. It's a
Yeah.
great idea. But now it's getting warm, and she's like, the AC doesn't work. I had to roll the windows down. I was like, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. She doesn't roll her windows down.
No.
Most girls don't, because number one, it messes up our hair.
Yep.
If hair gets stuck in our eyelashes,
That's just obnoxious,
hair
right?
gets
Yeah.
stuck in our
your mouth.
even if there's chapstick on your lips,
It'll stick.
Yep.
it's
That's
horrible.
so fun.
And you know what? It's hard to explain that to people when you're sitting in a car full of guys in Las Vegas.
And they got the windows
everyone
down.
wants the windows down, and you just spend an hour doing your hair, but you're just like,
And even
There
most of the
goes.
guys with long hair, their hair's not long enough to do that.
Yeah.
So
Well, and they're probably wearing chapstick, but it's not that big of an issue.
yeah.
Because they're like,
if even that.
Yeah. So it's just a sad story.
Yeah.
yeah, no. So I've got to get the AC fixed on the Elantra. But the little red truck doesn't have AC.
Yeah.
Suburban blows ice cold.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah, the Suburban's
Absolutely.
great.
Holy cow.
Family car for
Yeah.
sure.
And then, the Camry's always nice. But I detailed
That's
the
to be
Camry
expected.
yesterday so that it's like, I went through, it had a weird smell.
Okay.
My kids like to hide things back there.
Oh no.
And I already cleaned it out, but my wife was like, it still smells like there's something spilled somewhere. And so I played Find the Smell last night. I couldn't find it.
Oh.
But I just went through everything and used an upholstery cleaner on all the carpets, all the seats. I scrubbed everything to it, like actually got a good lather on all the
There you go.
fabrics. And then used my little Tornador gun and just blew it all out, and then toweled everything.
Yeah.
Let it dry, and my wife said it didn't smell this morning, so I hope I got it. But that is like the hardest thing about having a family car is like my kids use like the door pockets, like the door grabs,
Yeah.
to hold ranch packets,
Yeah.
Oh no.
like for their chicken nuggets and stuff.
Oh,
or like my
no.
boy will like take a cup like this
It's a sauce
and open it,
holder.
and then he'll just like pour it into the cup holder.
No.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why'd you do that? He's like, oh, I just wanted to see if my Lego man would float. Like, thanks,
know,
bud.
What every
Thanks.
car interior
Appreciate
needs,
it.
spilled dairy.
Oh, that's the best. It's
Yeah.
the best.
It's the
So,
worst. Oh, yeah. So we'll answer more questions and then we'll get to my car stuff. But first, all right, Morgan's dream car. Or wait, we got something before
yeah,
that.
seems like Morgan is the rich one here. Like it. Good work, Didrik.
Yeah, she puts us to shame. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kyle, I wish IK would make a half-size multi-pump sprayer to use in place of a regular spray bottles. One can dream, right? That's right, Kyle. That'd be pretty rad.
The multi's already small.
I had a smaller one made by Worth. It was 4 times as expensive. And
but
you actually
didn't like it.
no, because you burn through so much product. You don't realize pressurized in that small of a container how fast it goes. I had to keep filling the bottle. I was like, this is ridiculous. So it's kind of a happy medium that the IK straddles. So
I like the multi 1.5 because that 35 is a good amount. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems to last long enough.
It's perfect for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rocco's Modern Life, no joke about the family thing. I tried getting a hold of 10 different Angel Wax distributors just trying to purchase one product, and it was laughable to say the least.
Oh,
Well,
no.
That's never
sorry you had to
fun.
deal with that, man. That sucks. Richard Powell, what would Morgan's dream car be?
Well, my realistic dream car is one of every M3, which I can do. Okay, probably
Okay.
next will be the E36.
Shocking.
But dream car would be an F40.
There
Okay.
we go. Which is
So-
cool because normally it takes somebody his age to say F40.
Mhm.
You're like Gen Z, but you're saying F40.
Yeah.
So
I like
I-
to say
over-
that I'm a distinguished
The classics- the
BMW
classics
owner. I
carry.
understand what you're saying.
they do carry.
Thank you.
Wait, what's your like unattainable dream car?
It's a 86 Toyota Corolla. That's what
In
I
mint-
want.
unmodified
Seriously.
drift condition.
Yeah, totally unmodified.
Oh,
Like Panda, Trueno, Trueno, Panda, Apex, just
I mean, I can't argue with.
black and white, red and black interior, just simple, easy, basic. That's what I want. Like 10 grand worth. That's my dream car.
But like crazy reaching for the stars,
That's what I want.
unobtainium. You must have something.
No,
that's, like,
Dane,
absurd.
like that's the crazy thing about it is like I have
You
driven.
just don't care.
I don't care, but it's because I've driven and been behind the wheel of so many cars.
They all become cars. At a
Like
certain point.
you got to remember, like at my shop, we would detail 4,000 cars a year.
Oh yeah, you guys were.
So I'd get
moving.
behind the wheel of almost every single one of those cars, and a lot of detailers can attest to this. Like you just kind of get burned out on cars in general, and so for me, I was always like, well, I really like the Elantra, and it is funny. Like I really do like
He
it.
genuinely does. That's
I
not
really
just a bit.
loved my minivan. I
Yeah.
really liked that car. It was so nice. And the Suburban. I love the Suburban because it's a unicorn Suburban.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I first saw it with your dad, and he brought it over, I'm like, holy cow, Jeff, this is like a real deal
It's
Suburban.
the Vortec 8100, the 8.1 liter.
3/4 ton with cargo doors.
Yeah.
And captain's chairs, and it's an LT
We
auto
raced
ride.
Dane.
We raced
That was-
Dane in it too.
Yeah, we
and
both had full
smoked you.
cars and I lost.
But so I always liked that. My little truck I bought mostly just because I wanted a little truck. The Camry we bought because I was just shopping for a sedan for my wife.
Yeah.
And that was the Camry had the largest trunk space, and it was a Toyota, and it's a Camry.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be red and have the sport package, so it wasn't your normal bargain basement Camry.
Yeah.
And it had black leather and it had sunroof.
It's a
and
little
all
grocery getter.
You know, it was a nice and what surprised me because I was looking at like a Subaru Crosstrek. So I
Yeah.
really liked the looks of those. I drove one.
They're gutless.
They are gutless.
I love them,
So
but they are
here's the
gutless.
deal. I have a 4-cylinder Camry, 1.8,
Yeah.
that has 186 horsepower. That is extremely quick for the size of the car it is.
Sure.
Feels much quicker than the Subaru did with the same size motor.
Now, what transmission was in the Crosstrek?
Those are usually like a CVT or just an automatic. My Camry's an automatic, but it also has
Well,
paddle
because they had a
shifters.
stick version, so I was
Yeah, it
curious,
wasn't a
but-
stick version. I drove a stick version, same thing.
Yeah,
Super gutless.
yeah.
So I was going from a 300 horsepower Caravan to a Camry or because my wife wanted a car, and I was like, yeah, it's cool. We'll get a small car, and then we'll save up for something bigger. But I wanted one of those because I thought it was cool until I drove it, and it wasn't snappy.
Yeah.
And my Camry with a 4-cylinder is extremely lively,
Yeah.
and that's why I bought it because it
The
actually drove
Crosstrek-
nice.
The Crosstrek is more like the small crossover hatchback car version of like a Billy Goat.
Yeah,
It's
like
it's not fast, but it'll get you where you need to go.
it's good, and I still really
and
like
it'll
it.
handle terrain that
Yeah.
others that look like it certainly won't.
So
But yeah, different strokes for different folks.
there you go.
My unattainable dream car, XJ220.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jaguar.
unattainable. No, like I mean,
They were like 750 grand when they were new.
no, I know. I'm just saying, like, absolutely, like you would be
Yeah,
excited.
I
to
know.
have
I know. There's crazy like multi-million-dollar hypercars out there, but to me, like childhood XJ220, I had a little toy,
Yeah.
Matchbox one, midnight blue. Like that was just the coolest.
Yeah, and
car
I don't know.
to
Maybe
me.
this is because of I have kids,
Yeah,
but I look at that and go like, that would be. Let's just like I think my brain.
it's so impractical.
My brain goes like, why would you have something that nice at your house? You know what I mean? Like, I have neighbor kids like hit my Camry with scooters.
Oh sure. Here's the
Carly
thing.
today-
Though. If I had that car, I wouldn't.
My
have
wife called me.
House I
My
have.
wife
I would
called
have.
me today and said, Augie and his buddy David were driving his Power Wheels, and they backed into the trash cans, which then hit the Suburban.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm really sorry about that. I think they scuffed it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But and I was like, it's
But you're equipped to
fine.
handle
I
that.
understand that. But it's like, I can't have nice things. So, like, that's something I look at and I go, an unattainable supercar, I'd have to do this. I'd have to find a storage unit. I have to keep it away from things. I'd only be able to drive it, but then I'd have to figure out, I'd have to get a babysitter because I couldn't just drive it to work because I couldn't. So then in my brain's like, why would you even want that?
And then
Right?
my brain's like, why would you even want kids when you
Right.
can have?
Exactly. So
I
that's
want more
what's so
money for
fun
things.
is the difference. And then I look like, a little Corolla is only 10 grand.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's simple. It's easy. If I break stuff, like parts are readily available.
Now
still.
less expensive would be an Alpine A110.
Yeah.
That's like a little 60s,
Yeah,
70s
yeah.
rally car. It's still expensive for what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
But it's
like
cool.
people look and be like, "Huh," but it's like a French 911 essentially.
Yeah.
Which,
I
by
like
the way,
that.
we got more comments now. We
Yeah.
better start
We
answering
got
those.
10 minutes.
All
We're gonna
right.
finish it.
A lot of
Y'all,
folks
on
are
the
just
other
following
hand,
our
are quick to get back to
conversation.
us, highly informative, and always humorous with shenanigans. Hope you guys have a great Easter from Elevated Shine. Great job on the One Wing Challenge. The interviews are probably the best part. Thanks, man.
I'm glad we could share, man.
Wyasa, we use lacquer thinner to wipe down panels from hand oils before I used to paint them way back in the day. That was before clear coat. That's right, dude.
He's a lacquer thinner man.
That's right.
Through and
That's how it
through.
goes. Levi, have you painted cars? I have not.
I actually have. I'm
Yep.
terrible at it.
Spray paint does not count.
I've
Dane.
spray painted. If that's the case, I've spray painted many vehicles.
Yep.
Hans
I
closing.
plasti dipped, so
Yeah. Depending
So
on the
have I.
tracking info, my package is delivered not here, so guess it's at DHL Delivery Center at Post Office. Hope we'll be here tomorrow. Can't wait. That's right, dude.
Yep.
Loads of Corollas over here. Levi, come on over.
There
I
you
know,
go.
Hans, I need to. Raul does details. We love to get Datsun 510s. I like the Corolla too. Old cars.
510s are rad.
Yeah. Richard Powell, Range Rover Sport has bathed in bead maker again today. Use it after every wash. Not found anything better up to now. That's right, man.
Glad to point you in the right direction.
Roni Mines, I hear you, Levi. I want an 87 Cutlass Supreme T-top. Happy Easter, guys.
Now
Yeah,
you're
dude.
speaking this language.
So I have a 76 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme tattooed on my arm. That
you
was
pointed this
oh,
camera.
I'm
here.
trying to get it on there. This is the car. It was my first
Yeah,
car.
it's showing up.
Tattooed on my arm there. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those actually, the 76s came with a T-top too.
Aren't those
option?
not that one, but the one he's talking about? Aren't those G bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the next level down.
Yeah.
Smaller.
that's right.
Eric Sanchez, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, Morgan, Levi, and Dane. Hans, after using bead maker on a Monday, does the towel need washing ASAP, or can I wash it on the weekend without ruining the towel? As long as you're using some vinegar there, Hans, that's what you need.
If you could, I'd wash it sooner. But in worst case scenario, you let it sit. Like, I found it does, reduce their ability to dry a little bit if you're not quick.
Yeah.
Um,
Rapscallion.
Rapscallion. Mr. JWW. J. Walter Weatherman. I can never remember what it stands for, but I have watched his channel several times, especially like he did like a road trip through the Alps in a McLaren F1. Insane. That's another car, but that's a predictable, unobtainable car. Yeah, GarageFull XJ220.
Predictable, unattainable. What does that mean?
When you ask somebody my age, what's the craziest, most, if you're a car person, they're like, oh my God, McLaren F1.
Right.
Yeah, of course, I know. Like, that's because they had the highest top speed recorded for a production car for like 10, 15 years until the Veyron came along. I get that.
Okay.
And the McLaren, to me, the McLaren's cool because of the center seating position. That's what makes it cool and different.
Yeah.
When the other stuff is you got a seat in the middle,
Levi,
and then you
do
got
you
two
have the
flanking
Escalades,
seats.
I give them
Oh.
to Carolyn.
So, any rate, I would love a McLaren F1, but for me, it's the XJ220 because you wouldn't expect it necessarily. There's tons of people who don't even know what it is when they see one. They just know, like, oh, that looks like a crazy, expensive 90s, 80s car. But that's it. Plus, the engine is interesting. The whole story of it is kind of interesting because it was like shrouded in disappointment because it didn't come with a V12 when it came out, and that pissed off a lot of potential Jaguar owners. But that's a whole thing. It's a fun thing to look up if you haven't. Look up that race series they did with him back in the early 90s too, because that thing was crazy. Different.
Mark Hansen.
Oh, Mark Hansen. Your thoughts on the last coat and shine armor? I know I saw Pan came out with a video recently about the last coat because they were looking at, I think it's a sealant, right? Like I haven't actually used it.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
But I know it's like a product that's supposed to compete with like Vinegar, C2V3, that kind of stuff. So I haven't used it, so I couldn't speak to how effective
start
it
looking
is.
into it.
But yeah, I'll take a look. It is confusing though with the last cut being, Chase Price's compound, so that's a totally different thing.
Yeah. Just like what Dylan says, Eric Sanchez, it's your prerogative.
Right.
That's right. Rocco's Modern Life. Y'all have a happy Easter. I'll get an order put in tonight and see y'all next week. Adios.
All right, adios, Rocco. And I guess that's it for those. So, I guess on this point, I'll talk about cars in the driveway because that's what you do. So 3 cars. They're not crazy expensive, fancy, anything like that. But there's a rhyme reason to why I pick what I pick, other than just being a weirdo who likes certain kinds of funky cars. But I always wanted to make sure I had a car that was reliable and or extremely efficient. So that's why I have the C-Max. And yeah, that's my newest car and the most expensive out of all the cars I have. It's a C-Max Energi, so it's a plug-in one. You get like 20 extra miles of like electric-only range. And yeah, that's super boring to a lot of people, but I picked it because it had the longest range of any vehicle. When you use a full electric plus the fuel tank, you get like 620 miles before you got to fill up again. Which is a big deal because up to that point I'd only had cars that maybe got 300 or 400 at most ever, and that was if I was lucky.
We the first year we went to go do Air Force One, we drove the Escalade, your dad and I, and you and Anthony were in your C-Max, and it was funny how many times we had to stop to get gas, and how Dane's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm still like quarter. We drove to Seattle and back. And I think you made it almost that whole way on one tank. You didn't have to fill
Pretty
up.
much. It was cool, but that was like a real testament to, like, people don't think about it much or talk about it. I've noticed more in the last year popping up on the road just because I bought mine used because it was a really good deal. When they're new, they're kind of expensive for what they are.
Well, you got leather, power windows, power seats.
Yeah, I mean,
seats,
it has a full infotainment system with all touchscreen, all that business. Like, it's nice heated seats, everything. It's really, really nice and functional, and you can push a button and operate only on electric and all that stuff, which is
actually
cool.
is a really neat feature.
Yeah, totally. But, like, I didn't want to be the guy who owned a Prius, so I looked to see what the other options are, and the C-Max Energi came up. And for, like, 17 grand, it was a really, really good car. Compared to and it was only like a year or two old at the time. So I was getting like a $40,000 car for 17 grand. And that's what I do. Yeah, I look for a deal. But at the same time, like, you're kind of picky about it. You find what works. Yeah. So I found that one. That one totally, ticked all the boxes I was looking for. And like a good, sound, reliable car I wasn't going to have to worry about. And, the payment's not disproportionately horrible every month. Right. So it's something manageable. And then I have my Miata, which I bought one year with like a tax refund I'd gotten, and it was cheap. It was like on Craigslist. It was just something that came up. I'd always been interested in Miatas, but I'd only driven one once, and it was weird. It was like a really addictive experience. You're like, oh, I want to drive that again. Yeah. Like, it's just different. No, it's not powerful.
I always liked Miatas.
It's not powerful. It's not any of those things, but it's the same reason like you love your Elantra, Anthony loves his Civic. There's just something about a lighter, it's not powerful, but it is, there's just something about how
fun to drive.
engaging it is to drive.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me. And for how cheap it was like, oh, no brainer. What I didn't expect is for how reliable it was going to be. Like, that car never broke down on me.
Yeah.
Any kind of issue I had was like understandable and like maintenance related, but even still, it was totally solid car. It was really, really good car for only $1,200.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd swear up and down I would get another one, if it came up again. But I kind of want a V8 swap it. Someday.
That'd be pretty dope.
That'd be pretty rad. Drop in an LS. Be that guy.
Aaron's Random Life.
yeah.
You're not late, buddy. We're right at the end, but yes, you're not late.
We're just shooting the breeze
Yeah.
at this point.
Robbie Shaw, thoughts on Beadmaker on sunglasses? Yeah, dude, you can put it on there.
And here comes Didrik.
Didrik says Miatas is for female hairdressers.
Man. What car would Anthony
Richard
have
Powell,
as a
what
dream
car would Anthony have as a dream car? Do you know? He's talked about like a 335i. Like he likes what Adam LZ
He really
runs.
likes Adam LZ's 335. He likes the E90 generation.
He's also talked about like a.
He
get a
wants an
Z06
M2. He
and an
wants that
M2.
M2 really
He really wants
bad.
an M2. He talks about Z06 Corvettes as having something like that.
Yeah.
He hasn't really other than that, he hasn't told us too much about crazy stuff.
His
He likes-
Evo was like his dream car
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to ask
But for
him.
something crazy, he would probably, you'd have to ask him to figure out what crazy.
Yeah.
high tier
GTRs. He talks about that a
He
lot.
likes GTRs. He likes JDM stuff,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. So. But yeah,
All
that's
right.
about it, guys.
And what else? We got?
I just want to send my love, Aaron's Random Life. You guys rock. Just got my latest box of towels from TRC and just ordered OptiClean from Optimum today. You guys
Nice.
are awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, have fun. Enjoy. Be safe this Easter. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the...
And
looks
then
like Anthony
suddenly
has
Anthony
just shown
appears.
up
Oh, man.
to see... Oh,
There are
Anthony, I
things
wish
on the
you
desk
knew.
that you
You're going to
wish
have to go back and watch this,
you
buddy.
knew about, man.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, don't bother yourself with it. You'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
Yeah.
guys, happy Easter.
yeah.
Have a good weekend. Dane?
All right. Well, I'll take us away. By the way, I should have finished my 3-car thing. I have a Volvo V50 T5. That's a turbo 5-cylinder all-wheel drive. So that's the last thing in my lineup, and it's an R design. So they're really, really rare. It's red and blah 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 blah. So I just had to throw that out there for anybody who was curious. Like, oh my God, I didn't say what the last one was. Now I can close it up. So yes, Anthony coming in at the last second. That's right. And thanks for the hairdresser comments on the Miata. Guys, if you haven't already, go check out the One Wing Challenge video.
Dude.
You're on YouTube already. Just
The
go over
eBay
to the Red
links
Company
are
channel.
live, guys. You got to vote for Team Foxy Gates because we're kind of slagging a little bit. And then Team Dason
Yep.
is also needing some help. And we don't need to give
Team Bald Guy's
Guy
doing
anymore.
just
They're doing
fine.
just fine
Yeah.
right now. So help
Yeah.
them out.
So go over on the Red Company YouTube channel, watch the One Wing Challenge, and check out the listings on eBay that are in the description on the video. I think I also pinned them as the top comment if you go on the video online. So it should be fairly easy to find. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to another Q&A. Sorry it was a little clunky this time around. That happens sometimes. But we made it work. Like, we pulled out the phone and we're like, screw it, we'll do it live, right?
Yep.
So that's what happened.
We did it.
And next week we have some new computers coming in, so I suspect it may be a slightly different story next
Hopefully,
week. It
yeah.
should be working back to how it normally does,
Yep.
if not better. So guys,
Oh, bait addict. You're late.
oh,
You're late.
he did get a mention though.
You
so
got
he is
it.
there. So buddy, bait addict, have yourself a good one.
Yeah,
But until
happy
next
Easter,
time,
guys.
happy Easter. We'll catch you later.
See ya.
Bye bye.